Hello everybody and welcome back to the second episode of the new Planet Coaster series on my channel. So if you don't know already, this series is called Port of Asgard. Well, you should be able to see that from the title, but in this series we are building a small area of a park that I've already built. The park is called Giza Basin Theme Park, and yeah, I made a video sort of showcasing that park in full if you want to go and check that out. But here we're building a Viking themed area, so this is going to be highly themed, and there's two rides, Intamin Blitz roller coaster, so that's similar to Taron at Fantasyland, and then there's also a boat ride which is similar to Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland Paris. So those are two key attractions at this area, and in this video we'll be building the big tower in the centre of the port. That's like the big centrepiece, the big thing. I'm not really sure what to call it, but something that, I don't know, like a big landmark. That's probably the best way to put it. And also in this video we'll be building the street around where the entrance of the area is. So that's not anything huge, but this building did take a while, as you can see. It's quite a big thing, and yeah, so we put windows and stuff and decorate it so it's basically complete, but I can't really call it complete because you know, I might come back to it after. I might put lights and stuff on, so we do pretty much finish it off, but I might come back and change it later on in the series. So yeah, putting in the roofs, I've got quite a lot of overhanging roofs on this, tried to go for that big Viking style, and I'm quite happy with how it turns out in the end. That's a big voice crack, that. Well, anyway, you can see the Intamin roller coaster. I don't have a name for this. I really want an epic name, so leave suggestions in the comments. But you can see how the Intamin coaster goes through the middle of that tower, and then also the boat ride has its lift hill through there. So it's a big airtime hill on the roller coaster, so that'll be a really exciting moment for the guests who ride it. And then yeah, after exiting through that building, there'll be a more natural area. You can see how it's quite industrial, a lot of buildings, not many trees in the area, but behind that you see where the path is around the port. There'll be some housing, some just buildings, Viking style buildings, and then behind that there'll be a natural area with a lot of landscaping, a lot of tight like head chopper moments maybe. So I'm gonna make that quite highly themed, and hopefully it'll look really nice. So yeah, putting on the windows now, making this building look a bit more complete. But whilst I'm here, I'm going to talk about something sort of away from Planet Coaster. So the meme park news show. I've not made a video of that for quite a while. I didn't say I was going to make them weekly, but I think it's been at least 2 weeks now, maybe even 3 weeks. But yeah, leave suggestions for what you want me to talk about in the news of theme parks. It's not been that much going on lately. But the series is still going on. I'm just letting you know that because it's been a while since I made one. And yeah, so talking about Meme Park News Show, in my last video, the last Meme Park News Show video, so in that video I talked about where I was going next summer, and I gave you 3 options and wanted you to give me advice on which one I should choose. But it turns out I'm not going to either of those 3 options. In fact, I'm going to, well, I'll tell you the parks I'm going to. So we are going to Fantasyland, and yeah, Fantasyland looks awesome, probably one of the best theme parks in Europe, if not the world. So we're also going to Holiday Park, and that's got Expedition G-Force, which is a world-class roller coaster. Also Trips Drill, I think I'll be going there, I'm not sure yet, but that looks quite likely. And then on top of that, there will be Europa Park. Now, Europa Park obviously is one of the best theme parks in the world, as well as Fantasyland. And yeah, I've been to Europa Park before quite a while ago, but I didn't do all the rides when I went. So it'd be good to go back there and do some coasters that I've not done yet. For example, Blue Fire is a big ride there, and I've not done that yet. So there you go. And in that trip I said 5 theme parks. I don't know if I said that 5 theme parks, but the 5th theme park that I will go to on that trip is in France. So me and my family like to go to Lake Annecy. That's a really nice place actually. And nearby there is Wallaby Rhone Alps. I've been to Wallaby Holland, and Wallaby Rhone Alps obviously is Wallaby Park, same company. And in 2019 they recently opened Mystic Gerstlauer Infinity Coaster, and that looks really fun. I made a top 10 roller coasters in France video, and if you watch that you'll know that some of the coasters in that video I've not actually ridden, and Mystic was one of them, but I'll get to ride that next summer hopefully. Well, yeah, I should be able to ride it. But talking about Lake Annecy, it's a really nice place, like not to do with theme parks, but it's really good. I broke my foot when I went there and I still enjoyed it. So my family were going paragliding and I was just sat at the bottom of the hill like looking at them flying in the sky, and that's something I would have loved to do. So maybe I will go paragliding. I could imagine that with the GoPro, that would be a pretty epic video to make, we'll see. So yeah, that will be summer 2020 and some pretty nice videos to come on this channel. It's a while away, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed some of my vlogs from the Netherlands. This will be similar to that next summer. I like to keep things funny, keep things fresh, put a lot of memes in there, If you know who I am, then you'll know that I love those memes. So away from that now, back to what I'm doing. As you can see, I'm starting to do some of the interior stuff on this building. I think it's quite important to have interior here because obviously 2 rides go through here and the boat ride goes up the lift, so that'll be going quite slowly. Therefore, the guests need something to look at. I don't just want it to be plain. So I'm putting some framework and stuff in there to make it look like I've actually thought about it and to make it look nicer, even if there's not going to be that much theming. When building interior pieces in Planet Coaster, I'm not too good at it really. I find it quite hard to build when there's a lot of walls getting in your way. See, like there's a lot of stuff, like it's hard to get the camera, so do you know what I mean? It's just difficult. And yeah, I just run out of ideas of what to do inside, so sometimes my indoor theming isn't too great. I'll see. I've not added any theming as such in here, but I think I put some smoke effects in later, and yeah, just putting in some, yeah, there you go, there's the smoke effects, and putting in some of those framework. I've got a lot of framework on the outside. I think that's a really good tip for anybody who wants to make the buildings look better. Just put framework on. Like you see here, I think this looks really nice where the coaster goes through. So it's called the wooden planks. That's what the piece is. I used so much of them in this video, and probably in the rest of the series I use a lot of wood as well. I've started recording some of the other episodes, so as I speak I'll have started building the 3rd episode basically, and yeah, I'm really enjoying this series and I can't wait to show the rest of it to you. But the wooden planks, you find them in the building section at the bottom, and yeah, you can recolour them, you can get them darker shades of brown, you can probably turn them red or blue depending on what you want to do. But now we've basically finished that building and you'll see me starting the entrance area. So you can see the main path that this comes off, and I think it's quite important to have a good first impression with guests when they enter the new area. So as you can see, some of these walls that I'm placing have already got framework on them. That's because, I'm a bit lazy. It's always good to get around stuff. I think the ones that I made look a little bit nicer, but sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to use those pieces, and I think in fact these came in the World's Fair DLC. I think they're Bavarian or something. I'm not sure, but they look quite nice. I don't do these walls for the rest of it, but for the entrance area I wanted it to look a bit more happy, because to be honest, the Vikings, like I said in the last episode, I said it's quite gloomy, and yeah, it's quite a depressing place, so I wanted to slowly edge them in, because obviously the main theme park, it's quite sort of bouncy, a lot of loud music maybe, and you see that that loop, that I don't know what, I think that's called Super Loop, that orange roller coaster. So wait, is it called, I'm not sure what that's called. Well, it doesn't matter, but you see how that's a bright colour, and then you'll see how this area that I'm building is quite dark colours, dark browns and blacks. So in this entrance area, it's not like immediately, oh my god, like it's the end of the world sort of thing. It's slowly, alright, this isn't too bad, and then as you get into the port, it starts to get quite dark. Like, I don't think it's depressing, it's not like the end of the world or anything, but I don't know why I said that. But you see what I mean, it's sort of a change in the mood. That's probably what I meant to say, the mood, not with it being depressing or anything. But I put some bunting in just to make it look a bit nice. See that later. And it took me quite a while to think about how to do this because I didn't want to build a whole building. I'm building a facade here. You saw earlier in the last episode I built a facade around the lake, and this isn't an entire building, but I tried to use the trees to cover that up a bit because from that queue you can probably see the back of the building. So now I'm starting to decorate it, put windows in, and there you see it looks quite nice. Trying to find the right door, I thought that one was the best one that suited it. So I put those in, and because of the angle, the position snap, I just put them at a height and then dragged them all down so I got them where I wanted them to be. So that's why I did that. And there you see, so putting some windows on the ground layer next. So there you see that happening, some smaller windows, add a bit of variety. So that's what's going on here, and it looks good, but there's something missing. So obviously I put some of this framework in again, the wooden planks, but later on I put some sort of market carts and stuff, like some hay, and I had a restaurant, so that's like a Viking tavern sort of restaurant. And yeah, I just did this because I thought it looks a bit plain, to be honest, so I wanted to put something else in. So you see the carts that I put in, and obviously change the colour. Later you'll see I've changed them to a brown, and that the roof, how it's blue, it's like, no, that's a bit too exciting. So I'm changing the colour to make it a bit darker, and then adding in the hay there, just adding to the theme really, making it look better. And there you see all the framework going in. So I think that looks quite good actually. And then I put it on the ground because I didn't really like the way the ground merged to the pavement straight away, so I wanted to put sort of a barrier in. And at some point you'll see me start putting in the restaurant. So yeah, there you go. I'm digging make a hole in that building so that there's a gap for people to walk down, and then outside here you'll see I do like a sort of benches area for people to sit outside if they don't want to go inside, so they get some fresh air, you know. That goes in quickly. I forgot to record all of that because I don't know, I think I had a break or something. But anyway, basically at the end of the video now you can see me putting in the sign for the entrance at the entrance area. So yeah, it's been really fun making this video, and there's some more of these series videos to come on the channel. So thank you so much for watching, and I will say bye to you very soon. So yeah, the bunting, like I said earlier. Am I going to end this video now? I don't know how long this time limit goes on for. I thought I was done. Oh well, I think we'll end it there. So yeah, goodbye. Hang on, what? Yeah, I don't know what that said on the sign. Did anybody see that? Oh well then, goodbye.